Yeah, it's different this year. We're gonna have a little test here to see to select what row you want to be on. So it's pretty dusty, but it's a lot of fun. It's a good flowy test. I remember this one from last year. It's a good one. So yeah, hopefully you have a clean run and then start debating on what row to take.
Right, you were saying the debate is whether you want leaves or you want dust?
Yeah, dust or leaves. Like dust and traffic, or leaves and clear vision. So it's a toss-up.
I feel good. It's pretty dusty out there. Gotta keep it on 2 wheels, be smooth. But I feel ready.
Have you taken a good look around at the trails?
Yeah, we've been doing walking lots of tests on the Prologue this morning, so it's pretty well know a few big lines out there.
All right, well, we don't have an official hot seat here, but we should have one for you to be sitting in, because you're sitting number 1 here in the Prologue so far. How'd that go?
Yeah, man, it was good. Mixing it up a little bit for this year's cord. We might get dusted out here.
No, it'll be fine. It'll add to the drama.
Yeah, I've been riding 250F and 300 4-strokes all year, so I've been riding the small 4-strokes, and then for this race, I'm like, man, end of the year, I kind of want to try something new, so I thought I'd try the 300 2-stroke, and it's been a little bit different getting used to, because it doesn't sound fast. You kind of got to ride it a gear tall and just...
Oh, you sounded fast coming through this first few sections there.
Maybe I did, but yeah, it's just getting used to it, man. Something new, something fresh. It's been lots of fun, but yeah, just kept it upright, rode smooth. I don't think it's going to be super... It's not going to be super important to get you know, the first or second gate pick tomorrow. I don't think Tyler or those guys were stressed too much about the Prologue, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy to show some speed and looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah, I got a little bit rough around there, so
which puts her at 249 back of Rachel Goodish's.
Anyway, just going to be a dusty one, going to be nice weather and that, so just hope the riders you know, ride safe and have a good day. Friends, have a great day out there, and the 71st Welders Helper Corduroy Enduro presented by GP Bikes.
What? Yeah. Expert rider on the KTM from St. Anthony to Rochelle, Quebec.
For the kickoff as a check.
then the second one, I fell. So, and then that one was like 16 Ks, and I felt good all the way through. It was like, and then I caught the guy in 1B, and then I was in his dust, and I couldn't do anything about it. So I just cruised it.
But a little suspension change, a little work on the bike, we're good to go now. We're gonna head out. We just did the biggest test of the day, Podium. It was 16K, so it was quite a long one. But the next few are a little short. Sedgwick's a little bit of a moto test, so we'll be looking forward to that one.
Yeah, could we go a little more maybe? Yeah. Softer? Just a little.
I'll do breed out again.
Okay. It was much better though.
Okay.
More like hand feel?
Yeah.
They're in the 69A
We're in the gravel pit here, Sedgwick's. Quinn, how's things going so far?
Not bad. It's going all right. Hit a couple trees, a couple crashes, a couple good tests. The 450 is a lot of bike out there, but we're making it through, having fun, and coming up to the last 2 tests in the day. The Blackberry one's up next, and it is not my cup of tea. I'll say that. Just straight rock, but we'll see. We got the camera hooked up for this one, so let's see how she goes.
All right, let's head into the Heacock pits. Ryder, how's it going out there, man? We're here at Sedgwick's.
It's good. It's a little dusty, but it's fun. It's not really bothering me anymore, so just riding, having a good time.
Now, you were doing pretty well at first. How are things going still?
Honestly, I haven't checked all day. I'm just riding, so I think it's going good. I feel good. A couple small mistakes, but nothing major, so just keep her on 2 wheels and finish the day.
All right, unfortunately, we got the infamous loop out. You've recovered from that, but take us through your day so far.
Yeah, so that set the tone a little bit, I think.
Old news.
Old news, yeah. Bikes, I'm working a little bit better. I did a bit of adjustments here just because it's so rough and you have to go so fast. Things are starting to get a bit better, I think, but we are struggling a lot with like visibility. It's so dusty, so it's hard to push when you can't see. But other than that, yeah, it's been pretty good. We'd like some rain.
All right, Tyler Medalli, we're in Sedgwick's. How's it going so far, man? I know everybody's talking about visibility. How are things?
Yeah, it's good. Visibility, it's just, right now it's just like hit and miss at certain spots, so it's not terrible. But like the first test was unbelievable. I couldn't see a thing. So, but yeah, a couple guys from the first row are out, so it's getting hard to see some of the, like, because there's only 3 bikes going instead of 7. So yeah, like visibility in that way is a bit tricky, but I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to click off some good test times, so I'm happy.
Nice. How about the rest of the day here? What do you got you looking forward to?
Blackberry's pretty tricky, so I just like gotta. It's one of the ones that I actually looked at, so I kind of know a little bit what to expect. But it's like one of the trickier ones, so got to yeah, stay on my toes, and then the last one's pretty fun too. So.
That's what they're for, and we're going you out there, I saw the test was really solid, and one of the questions I have for you.
I bent my radiator in a little bit with my handguard, so I had to massage it back one of the fuel stops, but it worked good. I mean, I made a small fork adjustment the right direction.
First row? Yeah. Suck sand? I don't know.
On that 77 cars clear, there is your Yannick DeLon. And then
underway, but we are underway now, both with the PA system and with the start.
Tyler, not ideal. We saw you shaking that right leg. Tell us what's going on.
The very beginning of the Bernie's test, so 2 tests ago, right off the start, I lost my foot peg and everything. So I did the last 2 tests with 1 foot. Luckily, somebody gave me a set of vice grips, so I had some vice grips that made it probably 5K. So I was trying to like only.
You had a pair of vice grips on there?
Yeah, to hold my foot, because there was nothing to. I couldn't even. I was just resting on the brake. So, but I still like managed to ride pretty good. I don't think it was like I lost that much. So it's nice to have it back because my hip flexor is just burning right now.
All right, Kaylee, how has it been going so far here today on day 2?
Way better. Found a flow. That last test was super fun. And hopefully we can carry that on to the next couple.
Find gas here.
All right, let's grab Ryder Heacock here. Ryder, we just saw you go through butt test. A couple other tests have already gone through today. How's it going?
It's good. It's been a lot of fun so far. The tests are fun today. Butts was awesome. Little motocross track in there, so we got to open her up a bit. The first couple were pretty rocky and technical. That's what I like. So I'm fun. Bike's working good.
How is the dust?
It's pretty bad. I'm over it. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just with it now. So.
Hey, c'est quoi? J'ai arrêté dans le fond de l'eau, mon PC, quand je m'en reparti, il a fallu que je me fasse booster.
All right, Phil, how's it going here today? We're getting close.
Good. I third now. 2 tests to go plus the moto. I think Alex is 30 seconds behind Tyler, and I'm 30 seconds behind Alex. So it's tight racing and push hard for the last 3 tests.
Kaylee Kerr, we're heading into obviously what should be your strength. I mean, not the most motocross section, but what are you thinking heading into this final thing?
Oh, it looks pretty fun. I think I'll do good in this one. They cut out pretty well all the hard stuff, so it's pretty fast and flowy.
How about, I know you had some troubles yesterday and you had to kind of pick away today. How did it end up going so far up to here?
Yeah, yesterday was hectic, but today I felt way better. We made a little bit of changes, and yeah, today went a lot smoother.
All right, we're going to catch up with Rachel Gooderham here. She's out front. We got one thing left. We got the motocross section. Rachel, welcome back to Canada. How are things going?
Happy to be here. It's always a pleasure to race the cord. Haven't had one this dusty before that I remember, but I just got back from the Enduro GP of Portugal, which was like waist deep silt ruts, so I was definitely prepared for it coming in, although I was definitely hoping for a little more mud.
Now, how are you feeling? You banged and bruised, or how are you doing?
Yeah, I had a pretty good, well, I pulled my groin at the last test of the Enduro GP, so I'm still kind of dealing with that, and I went over the bars pretty hard and towed down yesterday. So I'm just kind of busted my knuckles, you know, just little stuff. The cord has a way of beating me up, but yeah, I'm still riding strong. If you just put your head down and ride, you don't notice any of it, so yeah, that's what we've been doing.
Okay, now here's something. I went whipped over there to Greens Mountain, and of course there you go. And of course I thought, okay, all the pro women are coming. Well, it turns out you weren't supposed to do that.
No, it was really dusty, and I still don't know where I missed the split because I couldn't see it. There didn't appear to be people pointing or anything that I could tell. But yeah, I got midway into it. I'm like, I haven't seen any orange arrows in a while. And I'm like, this is kind of hard. I'm surprised they're sending us through this. And then it starts to dawn on me, like, maybe I've done something wrong, but like, I'm not going to try and ride the track backwards to figure out where I went off. It's like, well, the only thing I can do is put my head down and ride this section as fast as I can. And then I come out the other side and catch a rider I'd already caught, and then I catch Meg Sharpless, or Emma Sharpless, who started the row behind me, and I'm like, ooh. But I figured I won by a decent enough margin yesterday that I just kept my head down today and rode smooth and didn't freak out. Things would still be fine, and it looks like last time I checked the scores, I'm just barely in the lead on today too, despite the extra 2 kilometers over. So just gotta stay calm. That's the trick.
Yeah, we got Emma Sharpless here. Emma, man, pretty good couple of days. Last I checked, it was going well. How is it today?
It was okay. I had some good tests, but then I had some very, very bad tests. So they didn't quite even out. It went more on the bad side.
What happened? Did dust get you, or just some other mistakes?
A mix, yeah. The dust and just it was like I forgot how to ride some tests.
So do you don't know where? Do you know what position you're in now?
Fourth today.
Fourth today, heading into the MX section. You looking forward to it?
Yeah. I mean, it looks actually less dusty than the rest of the cord, which is a first. Usually it's the dustiest part. So I'm excited, and they groomed it all up. Hopefully it holds. We'll see.
Taking out the back.
Your dad had them on Friday afternoon. I just slid over.
Owen McKill, that did not go the way you were hoping, buddy. You got a limp. Tell us how everything went.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I started today with a fresh mindset. Just wanted to go out and have some fun, to be honest. Brian Dussault, he was on my minute, and he was fighting for a top 5 position, so I'm like, you know what, man, you can go. I don't want to mess up anyone's championship or anything like that. So I followed him every test, and it was good. Like, we were just running a really hot pace together, kind of right on his rear wheel all day, having lots of fun. And then in the butt test, there's a little motocross track there, and the dust got really bad, and man, I couldn't even see my front fender, and I just crested over a double that I didn't know was there, and cased it real bad, and I jarred up my foot, unfortunately. So I wanted to finish, but unfortunately, I'm going to sit out the final moto, just try and play the long game, focus on getting healed up and getting back home.
Okay, well, you're telling me that story. You're talking about following somebody. I'm like, how could you follow anyone? And well, it turns out you can't. So, man, the dust was crazy out there.
It was insane.
Yeah, how bad? Sorry, you mentioned your foot. How bad is it? What is?
I can't really walk. It's pretty bad. I mean, I let everyone go behind me in the last couple of tests. I just kind of survived. But I wasn't going to quit, so I rode it to the finish, and yeah, we'll just cheer these guys on in the final moto and regroup next year.
Jared Jonker, one of the riders out there in that lead pack as they work into that very sandy section. Set to go in this final test, and these were the champagne is about to be popped here as we've got our top three women in third place. On the far side, Veronique Pellerin-Cheney. In second place, Rachel Goodrich. And your winner with a great ride. Weren't quite able to get around Kaylee. She had quite the ride.
Oh yeah, that was a great way to end the cord. We spend all week battling each other, but you never see each other. So getting to go head to head one last time before we all head home is great fun.
And how were the conditions today compared to yesterday?
Well, as far as the final moto goes, this is the least dusty thing we rode all week. I was excited for it.
Thank God for the local fire department to put some water down at least on part of the racetrack. How many more events in 2025 for you, Rachel?
Alright, so I have 2 more rounds of the American National Enduro Series in Wednesday. Yeah, you should be dropping it down, and then 1 more Enduro GP over in Gooderham in Germany. Wednesday there for me, so shape up to be a good year, and there's a possibility for Enduro Cross this fall. We're just still waiting here for the prototype.
It's been a while since I've been able to be with him on a motocross track, so I had a blast, and he was definitely coming for me. I'm glad I was on the 450. I'll do that.
How much pressure were you feeling down towards the end? He was really charging.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty used to that, so I was okay with it there, but you know, he won the whole weekend. He was an animal all weekend, did a test without a foot peg, so yeah, he's the real winner here.
What were you trying to accomplish, particularly on that last lap, trying to get around Quinn?
Just stay close enough in case that he made a small mistake. I wasn't really going to force the issue. I was so close that the roost was actually just hitting my bike, so I could see where I was going, which was nice. But yeah, he's crushing it all year in the Motocross Nationals, so
it was good to get a little intensity back instead of racing for floating around for 3 hours. But yeah, I'm excited. It was a hell of a week. Well, I was definitely the most comfortable during this whole race. I mean, to do 2 full tests with 1 foot peg missing. Yeah, it's a test to like how good my bike is, how comfortable I am with it. So yeah, I'm just happy that I didn't really make any big mistakes and end up on my head or something. But yeah, we're good. Vice grips, the guy lent me the my Ioma set that it didn't last the whole test, but that was pretty cool.
We're going to be on the podium a little later on this afternoon. Well done, man.
Thank you. It was fun all weekend, and I'm happy with the finish third with this guy. You're my idol all the time, so on board I want to make it track, so happy with the third for sure.
We're going to pop some champagne, and then as soon as we've got all of the final results, we will be on the podium to present each and every one of our classes. We're going to send it back to the music man, Jim Mott. Veronique Pellerin Cheney. Come on up, Veronique. Here she comes. Again, please join us here at the front of the stage. Third women's pro class was Melissa Harton. For 2025, we were great to have her here, Rachel Gutich. Rachel, I try to convince Blair to pay it in US dollars, but it's Canadian. I'm court champion Philip Cheney. And Phil is bringing up a couple of future women's pro and pro riders. Alexandra, come on up. Congratulations, and now we will bring up our 3-time now Corduroy Enduro champion. His dad, Derek Medaglia, was here to celebrate. He was not here for the first 2, but Derek is here, and I told Derek to come on up here and share the moment. He's a former road racer, but boy, are we glad that Tyler stayed out of the pavement. He has been incredible off-road. Your 2025 Welders Helper Corduroy Enduro champion, 3-time winner, Tyler Medaglia on the Yamaha. Here comes Derek. Derek Medaglia. I butchered Derek's name for years, pronouncing the G, but he never called me out on it until today, and I asked him, did I mess it up? Yes, he did. Derek, you're a chip off the old block, as is this guy here. Step on up there, share the moment with Tyler. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for our top 5, Tobin Miller in 5th, Ryder Heacock 4th, Philip Cheney 3rd, Alexandra Goujon 2nd, and Tyler Medaglia.
Well, I just want to say thanks again for coming to court. Appreciate the support, and to all the workers, amazing job. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Blair Sharpless.
Let's sum this up. Corduroy 2025, take us through it.
Yeah, first cord done, dusted. It was a tough one. It was a little bit harder than I was expecting. I started on day 1, but on day 2 I started to find a flow. I made a few changes to the bike and I got a lot more comfortable. I was just glad to finish. I mean, both days, finished both days, and I didn't crash too many times, so I'm pretty happy with it.
All right, now I know you've done off-road stuff, lots of it before. how does this rank up there? I mean, this is the oldest one around.
Compared to motocross, well, it's a fun one. I really enjoy doing it. Like I said, a little harder, but I hope to come back next year.
Rachel Goodish, you just took the 2025 Corduroy Enduro. Let's take us through the weekend for us.
So had a great weekend up here at the Cord. Definitely ate a little more dust than I would have liked, but hey, can't control the weather, right? Trails were still pretty good, all things considered. I really enjoy this race. I haven't been able to make it the last year or two, just had schedule conflicts and stuff, but I was happy to make it up again. Yeah, the weekend went relatively smooth. Like I had a small get off in toe jam, had minor mechanical issue in the start of another one, but little stuff. All things I was able to fix and figure out that didn't really have any bearing on the end result.
And for fun, you did the rock climb.
Yeah, and for fun, I sort of rode an extra 2 kilometers that I wasn't actually supposed to ride, but hey, I still won the day even with my 2-kilometer adventure, so I can't really complain too much now, can I?
Okay, now you race...
And I've always wanted to see what the hard section was like there, and now I have. So like, hey, it worked out.
Could have been worse. You could have been going the wrong way like somebody else did.
Yeah, I'm glad they got that sorted for. That was gnarly.
Okay, good. Now you're someone who's going to say you're someone who races all over the place doing this kind of stuff. How does this rank up there with all the other things you've done and are doing right now?
You want me to pick favorites?
Well, not necessarily.
I can't do that. I'll have, no matter who I pick, I'll have somebody after my head. But we'll just say I drove 11 hours to be here on what could have been an off weekend. So, I mean, that should give you a pretty good idea, right?
Okay, let's talk about the trails, because I mean, we haven't had rain here in so long. It was so dusty, got a little rough. How would you sum up the trails?
Well, luckily I did really well in my prologue, so I got to have first pick of rows and took 4. So I didn't have a whole lot of people I had to catch. It hadn't gotten not like the prologue track where it was like waist deep silt ruts. Like I didn't get into anything too bad, so that was good. The main thing was just it was dry slick, so you couldn't really charge. And that was the big thing this weekend. You couldn't. I never really went what I would consider fast because I couldn't. I just, again, toe jam. I just crashed, right? So it was really a game of trying to see exactly how far you could push that envelope given the conditions. And I don't like riding in blinding dust. I think that's a good way to get really hurt, and I've still got a lot of other things I'm supposed to, contracted for with Rieju Spain that I'm supposed to be doing this year. So I couldn't really afford to get hurt on an extracurricular, so I kind of started the week, looked at where the times were, and I'm like, okay, well, I can ride this speed and still win, so I think that's the speed we're going to ride all week.
Nice. Okay, if the schedule permits, will you be back to defend the title?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to hope for rain.
All right, what's next for you?
Okay, so we've got the Mud Daubers NEPG in Indiana, my home state, only an hour away. Super stoked for that. Then I'll go to the Enduro GP of Germany, and then one more round of National Enduro in Alabama. And it's kind of up in the air whether we're doing Enduro Cross or not, whether they're having a Women's Enduro Cross Championship, but I plan to go battle one of your Shelby Turner, see if I can sneak in a win there. I very rarely do against her in that, but always worth a try.
Awesome. Hey, it's great to get to know you a little bit. Thanks for coming up for your second time. Congratulations on the big win. And who do you want to thank?
So I want to thank Rieju Spain, Rieju USA, Moose Racing, Arai, 92 Wheelworks, XC Gear, HPD Moto Graphics, and of course my dad for spending 11 hours one way in a van with me to get here.
All right, well, congratulations, safe travels, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
3 in a row for Tyler Medaglia. Tyler, let's take us through this weekend. 2025 Corduroy Enduro, the champ. How'd it go?
Well, it started off kind of squirrely. I took a crash on the prologue on the first day, on Friday, and it just caught me off guard. I cross-rided going down a hill. It was pretty silty. It spat me off the bike, and I was kind of concerned that I hit my head. There was no marks on my helmet, but I definitely had whiplash because the top of both of my shoulders were cut or scraped. So that was not an ideal way to start, but I still ended up getting third choice for my row, so I picked row 2, and yeah, it seemed to pay off. I mean, the very first test we had dust from the demo course that had been running all week, or well, for 2 days before the event, so it was blown out, and so the very first test it was kind of slow, but for the most part I was on a pretty good row. The guys ahead of me kind of cut the trail in so I could see. The leaves weren't as bad as last year, and yeah, I mean, I had 2 really good solid days. Today was a bit squirrely, but yeah, I was pretty happy.
Okay, now you got to take us through, because I do have the photos from Ryder Heacock. He stopped on the transfer to help you out and stuff like that. They're using the background of the shot right now. Take us through that, man, because you went full Danny Magoo Chandler for a while.
Yeah, so on one of the tests, I think it was a 5K test, so it was pretty quick. So I knew like these ones are pretty even, so there's not a lot of time to be made. The longer ones is where you can like make up a bunch of time. So I was like, I'll go at a decent pace. But we started, and I don't know what happened, but I hit a rock and it sheared off my foot peg. Not just the peg itself, but the mount, because I run like pretty heavy duty foot pegs that don't really like bend when you hit rocks, but the aluminum mount just ripped right off. So I did that 5K test with no foot peg, and I was like standing on one leg and just kind of like resting my foot on the brake pedal. So I was concerned, I'm like, I'm gonna smoke the rear brake, but like I have to get through this. It was only short. Unfortunately, there wasn't like a checkpoint or like a gas stop, so I couldn't work on the bike in between the next test. And the next test on the sheet, it said that it was 8 kilometers, but when we got there in staging, it said that it was 10 kilometers. So I was like, oh my God, this is really, really gonna suck. Because I had like an inch that I could like kind of rest my foot on, but otherwise I'm just like holding my leg in the air. My hip flexor was just like burning, just in the transfer because it was bumpy. And then somebody had a set of vice grips.
Yeah, how did this happen? Did you flag them down? They saw you?
No,
How did it work?
I was just like, I can't remember. Ryder maybe told me like, hey, go talk to whoever's got like the biggest tool belt. So I was like, hey, I was asking a couple people, and I'm like, hey, do you have vice grips? And he's like, yeah, I have vice grips. So he handed me vice grips. I clamped them on as tight as we could. I got a couple zip ties. We zip tied it tight so it wouldn't move. And then it was something to leave my foot on, and it lasted. So it lasted 4 kilometers. The first like 30 seconds, I was like kind of easing up on it, and then I was like, hey, you know what? I gotta go. So I went like pretty well flat out, and then I came in hot. I had to lean it, and I leaned a little bit too far, and because it was sticking out so far, it just clipped and shot off. But the rest on that one, there was a bit of a motocross track, so I could like sit down and kind of just do it with one foot. So it was wild.
Okay, now that's a great story for this year's event for sure, man. Now how about, so it ends and then we do the motocross test, obviously thinking that's, well, obviously you and Quinn, it's going to be, you two guys. How was your lead going into that? How were you thinking? I mean, you stayed right behind him, which was crazy with the dust.
Yeah, well, the idea was if I was so close to him that like the roost was actually just hitting the front of my bike and it wasn't going like into my face. Maybe a little bit in like the apex of the turns, but I would like try to stay close to his wheel so that way I could still see where I was going, so I could hold it wide open. I mean, it was like a 3-lapper on a really tight track, so I just wanted to, pressure him, see if I can pressure him into a little mistake or something. But I wasn't going to take any risks because like you say, I had some time to play with, and but yeah, it was fun, and I think we put on a pretty good show. Nice, man.
Okay, so 3 wins, 3 in a row, 3 different brands. What do we got? What's next? What do we got for next year? You come back and try to make it 4.
Yeah, definitely. This event is a staple in Canada now, and it's I mean, the numbers don't lie. Like the off-road side of things is growing exponentially. So it's between this and FMSQ, it's just, yeah, it's fun for me, and it's a new thing, and it's exciting, and I've done it since I was a kid. I've always rode in the bush, and I've always had that like certain comfort of going fast between the trees. So yeah, it's just it's easy because now I can get, the motocross stuff. It's nice for me just to like that's Talon's time, and yeah. So when I go to the motocross races, it's easy for me just to not race because I've tried it for a couple of years. The way he's going and how fast he's riding right now, it's just not fun and enjoyable for me to ride as well. So take a step back, let him do the moto stuff, and then yeah, I'll stay in the bush.
Nice. Okay, now I have to mention, you mentioned FMSQ, you went undefeated. Congrats on that. That's pretty impressive as well. What's next for you?
Yeah, just Talon has the Blue Crew event at the Motocross of Nations, and then I'm hoping to host an event October 19th at Calais Raceway. Do something fun again. But yeah, just now I can a little bit of time off and play in the woods on the 250 two-stroke and do some hard enduro.
Nice. Well, congratulations on yet another win. Who do you want to thank, Tyler?
Well, Kirk from Valley Yamaha. I mean, without him, this year wouldn't have been possible. Yeah, just my wife, Brookfield Bakery, Moto, and yeah, just like everybody that you know, supports me and puts up with my shit, really.
All right, well, hey, congratulations, and we'll see you in Indiana.
Yes, sir.